You probably not know it, but our body is engaged in a never-ending battle. You may be concerned about this only one thing. I think you all know what I am talking about. I'll give you 3 seconds to think. Yes, it is the fast-spreading coronavirus disease 2019, or well known as COVID-19. During this time of crisis, rather than be panicking, let us all focus on ways to keep it away from us. Coronavirus are quite dangerous for people who have weaker immune system, like young children and older adults. In today's context, why are we talking about COVID-19 and how it is related to vitamin C? Vitamin C has lately been of interest to researchers in the fight against COVID-19 pandemic. People had observed in the past that if vitamin C is deficient in someone, they would develop scurvy and bleeding from the gums. But there was one more observation that people who had lack of vitamin C, they had developed more pneumonias, which are respiratory problems for infections. That is when vitamin C and its connection with infection discussion started. This became more interesting when in 1970, Dr. Paul, who is a Nobel Prize winner, connected and wrote a book about vitamin C is necessary and it helps against flu. Since that, it has become the craze and somehow vitamin C should be something that will help with infections. So, this is the background. Vitamin C levels in white blood cells, which are our immune cells, are 10 times higher than in plasma, which demonstrate functional role of the vitamin in these immune cells. Vitamin C has been shown to influence the functions of phagocytes, interferon production, virus replication, and maturation of T lymphocytes. I know most of us are focusing about strengthening our immunity and preventing any viral infections before it becomes a life-threatening condition. This can be achieved by vitamin C intakes. But less exposure and basic knowledge about vitamin C will lead wrong decision and probably lead to overdose of vitamin C. Hi, I'm Aifaa and let me be the person that will educate you about the vitamin C and how it works as immune booster. Okay, let's first begin with the best sources of vitamin C. Where we can get vitamin C? Actually, fruits and vegetables are the best main sources of vitamin C. There are 4 top foods containing high level of vitamin C, including guavas, peppers, strawberries, and oranges. But there is one thing we should be aware. Heat and temperature can destroy some of vitamin C content. High cooking temperature will destroy more vitamin C. The longer the heat you added, the more vitamin C is lost. Since many good sources of nutrient come from fruits and vegetables, our intake of nutrients can be achieved simply by consuming some of those foods raw. In addition, steaming is the most preferable way to destroy less vitamin C. Somehow, people will be asking how much vitamin C that they should take in a day. Are they need to eat vegetables and fruits the whole day? Let me clarify you about this. You should know that humans cannot synthesize vitamin C on their own. Vitamin C is a water-soluble nutrient and cannot be stored in our body. If we take it more than what our body needs, they will be excreted in the urine. We must get enough of vitamin C to maintain a good health. There is one guideline known as the Recommended Dietary Allowance (RDA), which has been developed by Institute of Medicine. RDA takes into consideration for the average of daily nutrient intake from both foods and supplements. RDA guidelines for particular gender and age groups should fulfill 97 to 98% of healthy individuals' nutrient needs. Adult males should take 90 mg of vitamin C, while females should take 75 mg per day. Women should have 98 mg a day during pregnancy and 120 mg when breastfeeding. Kids in the range between 1 to 3 years should take 50 mg and 25 mg from the age 4 to 8 years. Now that we've seen the best sources of vitamin C and the correct amount of vitamin C intakes, but how vitamin C is related to immunology and why it becomes important as one of essential micronutrient for human. Vitamin C plays the role as a natural antiviral that can act as a potent antioxidant which fight free radicals. It also enhances the production and the activation of white blood cells that nourish the phagocytes. First, vitamin C will neutralize oxidative damage caused by reactive oxygen species, ROS. ROS are a type of oxygen-containing unstable molecule that interacts easily with other molecules in a cell. These species are chemicals that are produced by white blood cells when they kill other microorganisms. These chemicals can lead to a significant amount of damage to our own cells and may cause cell death. By getting enough of vitamin C, we can support our body's natural defense against illness. That is why vitamin C is one of the virus-fighting vitamins. Next, vitamin C can act as cofactor for various enzymes such as biosynthetic and gene regulatory enzyme. By supporting numerous cellular functions of both innate and adaptive immune system, vitamin C contributes to immune defense. Vitamin C enhances the role of the epithelial barrier against pathogens and promotes the oxidation reaction process of the skin, thus potentially protecting against oxidative stress in the environment. In phagocytic cells, such as neutrophils, which are the most abundant type of white blood cells, vitamin C can accumulate them to improve chemotaxis, phagocytosis, and eventually microbial killing. Our body uses extra vitamin C during times of increased need, such as illness or infection. This is when vitamin C supplementation may be helpful addition to our diet. There are some considerations when choosing vitamin C that we should know. First, we need to choose vitamin C with bioflavonoids. Bioflavonoids are a category of compounds derived from polyphenolic plant. Bioflavonoids may influence the ability of vitamin C to be absorbed and utilized by the body. It prevents free radical damage as well as increasing the antioxidant defense in the body. This can be done as they will inhibit these bad molecules before they cause any damage. They can interfere with the enzymes that create free radicals which involve in reactive oxygen species formation. Next, bioflavonoids may inhibit pro-inflammatory molecules in the body. This means they can prevent the synthesis of biological markers that disperse around the body during the inflammatory response and signal the immune cells to migrate at that particular area. Second, we should choose these two common forms of vitamin C, which are ascorbic acid and sodium ascorbate. Ascorbic acid is a pure form of vitamin C. Sodium ascorbate is an ascorbic acid mineral salt. The effect of these two forms of vitamin C are almost similar. Ascorbic acid is the most stable acid, so it will help to reduce the loss of it during any cooking method. Ascorbic acid is acidic in nature. We might experience hyperacidity, especially when we have a sensitive stomach. Sodium ascorbate, which is produced through the combination of ascorbic acid and sodium bicarbonate, is a mild form of vitamin C. It is recommended for persons with hyperacidity, even though it has lesser ascorbic acid content, but it is easily absorbed by the body. But keep in mind, 1000 mg of sodium ascorbate generally contains 111 mg of sodium. Individuals with low sodium diet, such as those with hypertension, need to be mindful with this form of vitamin C intake. If you are in both acidic and hypertensive condition, as long as we keep the vitamin C to 500 mg per day and avoid salty food, it should be okay then. To conclude my point, we should know the best sources, the recommended daily intakes, the way vitamin C works as natural antioxidant, and consideration for the best form of vitamin C. Vitamin C is the most important vitamin for human because it has a lot of benefits. Since vitamin C is so versatile, it is essential and beneficial for humans. The functions that vitamin C performs to improve the immune system are important and necessary to maintaining a healthy life. We already know that humans are unable to synthesize vitamin C. This means they rely on nutritional sources, especially fruits and vegetables. If our daily diet is sufficient with the required amount of vitamin C intake per day, it will be fine. But if not, we can take the best form of vitamin C supplement. To check our diet, either we have enough vitamin C intake or not. Let's see if we need vitamin C supplementation to support our daily needs. Think wisely to protect our loved ones.